instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name, tend to not have a complete faith in chanting of the holy name, and to maintain material attachment even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining today's Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all joined this morning?
हरे कृष्ण विनीता गंधर्विका माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी प्रणाम हरे कृष्ण
Preeti Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call.
हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanur Pranam, Jai Shri Jai Shri Guru Maharaj. This is Radha Raman Das from Neelachal Dham Yoga Farm, Maryland.
Hare Krishna, Radha Raman Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhu, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Vanita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi from home.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisance is to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Dasi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Okay, then I will chant until
Hare
Prabhu
Krishna
joins.
Mataji, Dandat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Shri Shri Radha Damodar. This is Pooja Arora from Haridwar.
Hare Krishna, Puja Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining every day, giving your association. Welcome to the call.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhattolinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Vishnu Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare. Yeah, Prabhuji joined.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So let me know when my time is.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Samik Rishi Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 12th chapter, 17 through 21 verses. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very happy to see you, healthy Prabhuji. I'm so happy. Last time you were giving class from hospital. so heart touching how we should be always engaging in Krishna consciousness. Doesn't matter in what situation we are. Thank you, Prabhuji, for always inspiring with your amazing lectures. We are really fortunate to have your association. Over to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving me opportunity to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam, that we get in touch with Bhagavatam verses and the devotees. So devotee association and association with Srimad Bhagavatam, very important parts. So today, so can I begin?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes.
Okay. So first we will do Mangalacharan and then we will go with the verse. Om Agyantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadameyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratushe Nama Pancha Kalpatarubhyasya Krapa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Srila Prabhupada की जय गौर भक्तवृंद की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोकैर्भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. So we will be reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter number 12, chapter number 12, text number 17, 18, and 19. This is about like after the Devasur Sangram and after they shared the this milk ocean of milk, and later on they got some nectar, but by the mercy of the Mohini Murti, that is Vishnu has transformed into Mohini Murti, the most beautiful lady in the universe, and not one universe, but all the universes. And then she gave all the nectar to the demigods, but she did not give nectar to the demons. So they got very agitated. There was fighting was going on, but before that, Lord Shiva wanted to see that pot somehow. So, Lord Vishnu is saying that, please show me that pot that you have made when you gave the nectar to the demigods. How this happened? So I assume the Lord Vishnu is replying to him that that my form as a beautiful woman is to bewilder the demons and act in the interest of the demigods. O best of the demigods, Sura Sattama. So Lord Shiva is also called his topmost of Vaishnava Nam Yathasham, Sura Sattama. As you have desired, I shall reveal to you that form. Initially, he says that you should not really see it, but he says that I have conquered the Cupid. Nobody can shake me. So I shall reveal to you that form which gives you to lust. Kaminim Baho Mantavyam, and is most appreciated by the lusty people. So the form, so it is, there is a bewilderment due to lust. The form of Mohini Murti was to bewilder to the demons and not to the demigods. People with a demonic mentality are bewildered by the external beauty of a woman. But those who are advanced in Krishna consciousness, or even those in goodness, like the demigods, they were not bewildered. They were not behind Mohini Murti. So Lord Shiva knew that he could not be agitated by any so-called beautiful woman. He thought the demigods are not agitated. What we speak of me, the best of demigods. Lord Vishnu knew that Shiva was not an ordinary person and cannot be bewildered even by the most beautiful woman. So Vishnu had to think twice about what kind of beautiful form would bewilder Lord Shiva, to show that he is the master of even Lord Shiva also. He wanted, and that any person could be bewildered or could be trapped by the form of Maya or Mohini Murtis. Is not a, like there are Mohini Murti, it is Narayana or Vishnu himself became Mohini Murti, but there is no place in the spiritual sky, Vaikuntha Loka, there is no planet for that. There is no descent. Lord could make any form at any time, anywhere. That is different, but it is not avataran. Avataran and avarohan. So avataran means coming down. So this and the universal form, there is no such universal form in this spiritual sky, Vaikuntha planet. So it is just an imagination that you imagine that whole material world is a form of the Lord, and you worship mountains and oceans and big thing, big rivers and big farmland. You worship that, but that is not the Lord himself. It is imagination, you may say. Mohini Murti is not an imagination. Lord becomes that. And Mohini Murti, he wants to show to the whole world or give us a lesson that if Lord Shiva, who burned the Cupid, if he could be bewildered, why not ordinary people like us? And we should be very careful not to get burned by the beautiful form of the woman. So Lord Vishnu was thinking, what kind of form I should make? And so it was same woman, but in a way that could even attract Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was there with Mother Parvati, and he's even on the guns were also there, who were watching these things. So his disciples were there. So Lord Vishnu knew that Shiva was not an ordinary person and cannot be bewildered even by the most beautiful woman. So Vishnu had to think twice about what kind of beautiful form would bewilder Shiva. By his words, Lord Vishnu indicated to Shiva. What did he indicate to Shiva? This form, however, it cannot produce lust in you, who are the enemy of the lust. But if you are curious, then please see it. This desire of yours, who are the conqueror of lust and a great yogi, will cause you to fall into the whirlpool of lust. Don't blame me. So he cautioned him that do not blame me. So Lord Vishnu or Krishna, whatever they think, it happens. Nobody can defeat them. So Lord Shiva thought that let me just see, and I would not be burned by this beautiful form of the Lord. I would not come to the lusty stage and run behind. So Lord Vishnu, he appeared after saying this. Lord Shiva remained there with Uma looking for him all around, where she is gone. What happened? We were just talking. So the text number 17, Shri Sukavacha Eti Bruano Bhavas Tatre Vantar Adhiyata Sarvatrascha Prayam Shashur Bhava Aste Saho Maya. Dear Goswami continued, after speaking in this way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, immediately disappeared to make the form, to just come incognito, that this is Vishnu, this is someone else immediately disappeared. And Lord Shiva remained there with Uma, looking for him all around with moving eyes. I don't have my glasses, that's why sometimes the words does not come clearly. Tato Dadarsho, text number 18. Pavane Varastriyam Vichitra Pushparuna Aruna Yella Vodrume Vikritatim Kanduka Lilaya Lasat Dukula Paryas Tanitambha Mekalam. Text number 18, translation. Thereafter, in a nice forest nearby, full of trees with reddish pink leaves and varieties of flowers, Lord Shiva saw a beautiful, so a little bit distance, but close by in the forest. And that is the description of the forest is also there. That there were reddish pink leaves. Like people like to go and see the fall. Now it is the fall season, and people go so many changes, yellow and reddish and pinkish and different kinds of that. And people like to go and see. Why they like to see the fall? Because it's very beautiful. Why people like to see the sunset and when the sun rises? Because it's very beautiful. So there is beauty, but it should not be taken in a lusty way. So Lord Shiva saw a beautiful woman playing with a ball. Her hips were covered with a shining sari and ornamented with belt. So she had sari, and in the west there was a belt shining, covered with a shining sari, and ornamented. Its belt was there. And now the last verse of today is 19. No, 20.
21, Prabhuji.
Oh, 20. Okay. So text number 19. Avartano Dvartana Kampita Tastana Prakrasta Yuroru Dharai Pade Prabhajyamanam Iva Madhyataschalat Pada Pravalam Nayatim Tatastataha. Because the ball was falling down and bouncing up. That is the nature of the ball, that you put down, and then because there is elasticity, it jumps up again. She played with, in her breast trembled. So when she was playing, there was trembling or moving of her breast, and because of the weight of those breasts and her heavy flower garlands. So breast, and then there was a flower garland that was also very heavy. Her waist appeared to be all but breaking at every step. Very thin waist, as if it will break when she was moving. As her two soft feet, which were reddish like coral, moved here and there. And she was moving with her soft feet. Then it will look as if her waist will break because it was very thin. And then the next verse, Dikshu Brahmatkanduka Chapaler Vrasham Prodvignatara Yatalola Lochanam Swakarna Vipra Jitakunda Kundalolasat Kapola Nila Lakamandita Nanam Nila Lakamandita Manditanam. Mandita means was decorated, and Anam means a face. So the woman's face was decorated by broad, beautiful, restless eyes. On the face there is eyes, but restless would be again more beautiful, which moved as the ball bounced. You have to look at the ball. So when the ball is moving, the eyes also have to move here and there from her hand. The ball, she was bouncing, and she was looking at the ball to catch it and bounce it again. In that way, her eyes were moving. Chanchal eyes. The two brilliant earrings on her ears decorated her shining cheeks, like bluish reflection, and the hair scattered on her face made her even more beautiful to see. That's why Prabhupada says that hairs should be very small in the male. They should not even keep the hairs because that hairs has become the beauty for the person. And they take care and spend so much time, so much industry in the outside world, hair and nails and eyebrows and eyelashes and God knows how many different kinds of things have come. But if one lives simply, it looks even more beautiful rather than face left and nose left. And so many operations, so many divisions has happened. And that is to bewilder the person that they are the body, but we are not the body, we are a spirit soul. So they want to show it to the people to attract the people. Means people become lusty by seeing these forms. Even Lord Shiva was running behind this Mohini Murti, and that is the purpose of the Lord, that people would not so much be behind this material. They are not really assets. We say assets, but it is not really our assets. These are keeping us down into the material world. But our position is to go back home, back to Godhead in Krishna's abode. And there are many women and many male. And so male and female is the word just here in the material world. The soul is neither male nor female. Soul is a consciousness. So our consciousness is on Krishna and not on what things are around you. If that is the case, then one cannot be bewildered. But anyone in the material world would be bewildered if they see such scene. That's why Lakshmanji says that na ham janami ki yugre na ham janami kundale na purata vijanami yashapara vivandanat, that I pay my obeisances to Mother, to Mother Sita every morning, evening, but I see only her ankles, not her face. So one should not. So these are the instructions we should take also, that a woman should not look lustfully to a man and man should not look lustfully to a woman. His eyes should be as if they are all part of Krishna. Means they should see that they are all like gopis and gopas. Play meant for Krishna to enjoy, because that is our duty to give pleasure to Krishna. If we give pleasure to Krishna, automatically we get peace because we are part of it. If we give food to the stomach, then our whole body gets rejuvenates the strength, and you will forget about your hunger. Our hunger is for the material world, but we would not be hungry anymore if we see these transcendental things. They are the reality. In the material world, it is just a false reflection. One cannot enjoy reflection of mangoes on a side on a tree, which is at the bank of the river, and then it would look as if mangoes are there in the water. But if you jump, you cannot find the water. You cannot find a real pleasure with this thing. It is so temporary. Dukhalaya shashvatam. So temporary, and it will just go away. So if we want to progress in spiritual life, then we must pay attention to our goal. Our goal is to please Krishna. Anukulasya Krishna. No Pratikulasya Varjana. We should not do anything that is against the pleasure of Krishna. And we should surrender to Krishna. Krishna will protect me. That should always be He's the doer of everything. See, like Draupadi, she waited. Then all her strength was finished, that she could not do anything to protect against her sari being pulled. But you see here, Uttara, when she knew that Ashwatthama is throwing his Brahmastra, then she immediately ran to Krishna. So immediately running to Krishna, that is means she's always remembering Krishna, thinking that he is the only one who could protect. There were Kunti and others, they were all there. Although her husband was gone, Uttara's husband is Abhimanyu. But Pandavas were there, her in-laws were there, but she remembered Krishna. So that is the way to remember Krishna. And immediately Krishna comes, and he just like Prahlad always was thinking of Krishna, that he will protect me. And one should surrender to Atma Nikshepa Karpan. One should not feel that I am very powerful, I am very beautiful, I have so many assets. They are all material assets which will go away. and vanish. It will never be useful when we really need. So better that we turn to Krishna and not really look for our own strength, our own assets. Means Prahlad could be a prince, he could be the king of the whole universe practically. That is father. But he was never attracted to those assets. He knew because his guru, Narad Muni, gave him all the teaching. And this material world is like an effervescent. It will just effer out, means it will just wasp or go away. So don't depend on it, just depend on Krishna. Not for our pleasure, but for that is our duty. Naturally, that we are supposed to please Krishna, being part and parcel of Krishna. But rather than that, we want to please our senses. And when we please our senses, we get trapped by Maya. Maya is so strong. After many, maybe 2-3 years, I went to uh, this mall in Dallas. Very big, huge mall. And so many things which are really of no use to us. We collect, we buy, we become allured by them, and that's how it attracts us and keeps us. Then to buy all those things, you have to work very, very hard, one shift, two shift, and so much problems with all this. Our needs are very simple, and Krishna is providing to everybody whatever is the need. Means he does not want to give whatever we think or whatever we concoct. Otherwise, we will be trapped. We will never be able to think of Krishna at all. So those things are necessary to keep us. That means scripture is necessary. Those things are not needed. Things what is necessary is small place to sleep and lie down. And what is Rup Sanatan, these 6 Goswami, they give up all their possession. They just donated and then went to Vrindavan and living each day on underneath a separate tree, that they don't feel that they will get attracted to that tree or position, that this is my tree, I will stay. This me and mine world, it is all for service to Krishna. So they used to move from one tree to another tree, go only to 1 or 2 places to beg whatever they give. Whatever they give. So in this way, they will rose this they will only like sometime they will get little buttermilk on the palm, and that was the whole day food. Vishnupriya Mataji, she will chant the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in a secluded place. She will close her doors, and Ishan was his servant, and he served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from his childhood, and then Ishan was like his god brother, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not keep him. But he said that because your duty is to follow the order of the spiritual master. So he asked me to serve you. So please accept me as your servant. And she will take just with one mala, only one like rice, 1 grain of rice. In this way, all day she will chant. And then whatever rice that she collects, and just not eat, cannot be contained in the palm. It will be less than a palmful. She will cook that and eat it for a whole day. So people, they knew what is the need of the body and what should be taken and what is our purpose in life. So we have to balance practically material and spiritual world. That should be balanced. And so balancing means we should have our goal in life, and then keep so that we keep our body and soul together. We could take care of the family as a duty given by Krishna to us. And so I think that is also a care of the, like it is a spiritual duty, because Krishna has assigned you. This is your husband, this is your wife, this is your children, educate them, so that they also become Krishna conscious. In this way, whatever you do, your job, your earning, you are going to shop to buy certain fruits, vegetables, they also become part of Krishna consciousness. Not that you have to go extra and do, and then you just chant while doing all these things. Anyway, our needs are very small, but we do so much work that pa pa ba ba ma means fennel. At the end of the day, there is froth in the mouth, like a horse who is running or bulls who are running. So froth, pa is pa fennel. Pa is parishram, pa fennel. Birth means it's all useless. I mean, anything in the material world is useless. And we are always fearful. And then we are fearful of death, mrityu. So these things are there, but we don't belong to power, but we belong to a power. That is for opposite of all this. This is the spiritual kingdom. So we're reading about now the so beautiful hairs become when the hairs were coming and covering the face, and so it became even more beautiful. The text number 21. दुकुलं कवरिं च उच्यतां सत्र यतिं वामकरेण वल्गुना निघ्ननी मन्यकरेण कन्दुकं विमोहयन्ते यन्तिं जगदात्ममायया. As she played with the ball, the sari covering her body became loose and her hair scattered. She tried to bind her hair with her beautiful left hand, and at the same time she played with the ball by striking with her right hand. So both hands were used. The sari got loose. She was trying to hold it and tried to bind it, but with one hand she could not bind, but she continued to play the ball. And this was so attractive that the Supreme Lord, by his internal potency, in this way captivated everyone. So this form of Mohini Murti was captivating to everybody in his creation. Creation or no creation, doesn't matter. Everything is his creation. He's the only, he was in the beginning, he was in the middle, he was at the end, and he is the only one who is here. And we are just not puppets, but kind of a reflection. But in the spiritual world, it is a reality. In the material world, it is a reflection. So purport in Bhagavad Gita 7:14, it is said, Devi Esha Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya Mama Evaye Prapadyante Maya Metam Tarantite. The external potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is extremely strong. Indeed, everyone is fully captivated by her activities. Lord Shambhu, Shiva, was not to be captivated by the external potency, but because Lord Vishnu wanted to captivate him, he exhibits his internal potency to act the way that his external potency acts to captivate ordinary living entities. Lord Vishnu can captivate anyone, even such a strong personality as Lord Shambhu. So these are important instructions that external energy, Maya, can captivate everybody, not to Lord Shiva, but his own internal potency. He wanted to show, not that show that he is greater or winner or Lord Shambhu is. He knew that this is the Supreme Lord. And if he was defeated by whom? His own Lord and Master. Lord, he is created by, or created or he is made, given that by Krishna. From Krishna comes the Chaturvyuha, Vasudev, Sankarshan. Comes Balram, from Balram comes Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and then this Sankarshan makes all this arrangement. And so Lord Shiva is like spiritual world. Then there is Vaikuntha Lokas, and below that is Lord Shambhu's place. Then there is place for this material universe. So these are all hierarchies are there. And so if Lord person like Lord Shiva can be captivated, who are we? We are materialistic people who have always looked for something in the matter. But matter is there is really no substance. It's so temporary that it will go away. And so one should really pay attention to Lord Krishna Sadatam and chant the holy name of the Lord. That is like an umbrella that will protect you from the fall down. So we should depend on Krishna. And if you take that Sharanagati or dependence on Krishna, then you can be protected. Not otherwise. There is no way that one can be protected. So that is the internal potency when that form that she has produced. And external potency is any ordinary living being of the material world. So we should not, what Krishna could do, or I'm very great, and those thoughts should never be there. So we'll deliberate on this thing. Deliberate means to think deeply and dissect this text number 20. So Lord Shiva then saw a beautiful woman, Mohini Murti, in the nearby forest, wearing a shining sari, ornamented with belt and beautiful earrings that danced on her cheeks. She was playing with a ball. Her eyes became restless, and she tried to bind her scattering hair. Her bodily movements were so attractive and captivating, being manifested by the Supreme Lord's internal potency. The Supreme Lord's external potency, represented by Durga or Maya, is extremely strong, and everyone is fully captivated by her activities. But Shiva was not to be captivated by the external potency. So Lord Vishnu captivated him by manifesting his internal potency, that is the Mohini Murti. So Mohini smiled and glanced at Shiva in bashfulness. So that is also one of the characteristics. Sharmana, bashful, that is also one of the, if a woman does not just openly show her bodily parts, but becomes very shy and go away from there, she could be protected. That is a protective tool. So Lord Shiva forgot himself. Uma was also there, but he forgot that there is Uma and Shiva Ganadhar there, and so he was so captivated by her. I mean, we should not say that it was Maya. It was Lord himself, but he did not think of the Lord, that Mohini Murti is Vishnu, is my boss, is my Lord, and I should serve. But rather than that, so was there a mistake in seeing the form of the Lord as Mohini Murti? Lord Shiva demanded, he wanted that. Although he was alerted by Vishnu, that don't try to see that. But he Lord wanted to show us that nobody is protected from this Maya, whether it is external or internal. Everybody is captured in potency of the Lord. Everyone is captivated. So how you put? If you are chanting constantly, then Maya cannot affect you. Or if you are in association with devotees, Maya cannot affect you. And then you surrender everything. We are very proud of our wealth, beauty, strength, fame, by our possessions. But if we dedicate our body, mind, and words and possessions to Krishna, then Maya cannot affect. And we have to go beyond Maya. This is Maya Rajya. Material world is a kingdom of Maya. So we should go beyond that. And beyond that Maya Rajya to the spiritual kingdom, which is there by Krishna's arrangement. And we all belong 3 times more than the material world is the spiritual kingdom. Ekankshen sthitam jagata. A conscious material world, whatever is most potency of Krishna is in the spiritual kingdom. So we should think of going there. So if you fix your goal and engage in devotional service, what is being created by like Prabhupada has showed us the path, how to go back home, back to God. So we have to start from somewhere. If we cannot complete, doesn't matter. the next life would be that where you left, you become as an human being, and then you could go to start from there, and then you will add up your more points until you become completely purified, and then could go back to Krishna's home. Because we are part of Krishna, and that should be our goal. So what happened later on, just to finish on that topic, although so a breeze blew away that she was wearing a sari, and that got also weighed, blew away the fine dress of Mohini. Shiva saw her, and she looked at him too, just to elude him. Shiva, his good sense taken away, approached her without shame, while Uma watched. Means he knew, but she was also very beautiful. She was not less beautiful. So Mohini became bashful and hid herself among trees. Shiva followed her, victimized by lust, just as a male elephant follows a she elephant. You know that how male elephant is caught? They make a big pit and cover it with some straw and things. So when on the other side there is a um, she elephant, and not really elephant, even just a statue of that. And then he sees her, and he wants to catch her. He wants to go behind her. So he jumps into this pit, and then all the straw and he is in the pit because they with so much weight of the elephant, those straw are no more there to hold the weight of the elephant. So they crush down, and he cannot come out. And they keep him hungry for a long, long period of time. They tie him with a big shackle. He can't move. So later on, the shackle, they just put even a thread. An elephant would not go because he thinks it is the shackle. Because so it is like we become so much conditioned by the external energy of the Lord. Just like the elephant would not move, just even by he could break the little thread very easily, but she would think it is a shackle because she got used to that. So we should not be really, we should know by deliberation, we should understand what is our position, how weak we are, and what we should be doing. Shiva caught her hair, dragged her near him, and embraced her. Although she was unwilling, Mohini released herself and ran away. So this is then Shiva followed Vishnu, Mohini Murti, who acts in an astonishing way, as if harassed by an enemy in the form of lust. Shiva then discharged semen, and that turned into gold and silver mines on the globe wherever it fell. Following Mohini, Shiva went everywhere, near rivers, lakes, mountains, forests, gardens, and more, and even wherever the sages were living. So Mohini Murti dragged Shiva to so many places, especially to where great sages lived, to instruct the sages that their Lord Shiva had become mad for a beautiful woman. And thus they would remain extremely cautious about women. No one should think himself liberated in the presence of opposite sex. So these are, so Lord Shiva, he could see that he is being victimized, but he could not check himself. That is because of the illusion. And so Lord Shiva was not surprised. He could understand his own position and that of Lord Vishnu, who has unlimited potencies. Parasha Sakti Vivideva Shuyate. The Supreme Master. Shiva was aware of the supreme power of Vishnu, but when he was actually put into bewilderment, he felt proud to have such an exalted master, because with whom he was defeated by his master, and we should be defeated. A disciple should never think that he is over his disciple. He knows more than his disciple. That should not be the case. More than a spiritual master. That a disciple should never think. He should always remain subservient to his spiritual master. So by this thing, one learns many lessons by this Mohini Murtis, and Krishna creates these lessons for us to understand. He gives Bhagavad Gita for us to understand. And he does all these pastimes. When someone may see there in a movie and see these things, and one would get agitated. But what it is by singing, just like the gopis' affairs with Lord Krishna, our lust becomes diminished. Our lust completely. And so that was the question by Parikshit Maharaj also. And Sukadeva Goswami, I have told you many times, and it is Vishnu's Maya who could bewilder anybody. We should not be surprised that how Lord Shiva was defeated, or how any this like Vishwamitra during 60,000 years, or Sabhari Muni meditating underneath the water. All these things are there for us in Bhagavatam. So we could learn and become more careful and understand the potency of the Lord. So anyway, so there are many things that would be said about this lusty, because in the material world, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Kam, that is the first thing. Kam means attraction to the material nature, material world, particularly woman. And that is the topmost enjoyment for male or female in this material world. But how one can be free from this is to surrender into Krishna, is to be in. Another thing is one should always be in association with the devotees. Then those things cannot attract you. So if we are anybody who left the association of devotees, they become all prey to the material energy. So even exalted Vaishnavas, if you are not with the other devotees, and because other devotees are the similar, they would tell you, Prabhu, what you are doing is not right. But if there is nobody is there to tell them, then they will go wild and could do anything wrong against the spiritual principles. So we should read the scriptures, particularly this Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Gita, nectar of devotion, instruction. So all these things are necessary for us to know Krishna, not that we have to study all the Shastra. Or because there are many unscrupulous people also wrote something just to satisfy their lust. Oh, look, it is in the Shastra. But that is not the Shastra by Vyasadeva. It's written by some person, lusty person, who is also named they give Vyasa. They are right on their name. Bhagavad Gita is quoted by many people, but they interpret it on their own way, not as it is. Prabhupada is given as it is. So as Arjuna understood. So we should also act as and understand the instruction of your Guru as it has been given to you. Not to you, not whimsically, not arrogantly, not concocting anything from the scripture. It should be in the line that how it is understood by Eastern contemporaries, by highly elevated souls, how Narad Muni and Vyasadeva is telling. We should not whimsically make our own way. Or this would not touch me. I'm above all this, but anything in the material world can touch you. If you are not giving it to Krishna, anything, whether it is your big house with no Krishna in the center, so our center should be Krishna. And everything you do is around Krishna to please the master of the home. And then you could advance with the devotees, with your family, with your children. So everything should be done for Krishna, not to show off, not to compete, not to, like people spend so much money because of the envy, and to show them that, oh, say, I earn more money, I have more possessions, I keep my children happy by giving them such and such thing. Everything belongs to Krishna, owned and controlled by Krishna, so it should be used for Krishna. You may have done something piety in the last life, so you are getting the result of that piety, but it does not mean that you waste that energy of Krishna in showing in envy, in competition. One should not use those. So you could travel by ordinary car of $30,000. You could travel in Rolls Royce here. Not many expensive vehicles. What's the need? It's a job is to take you to one place to another. Anyway, there are many things that can be said, and so he, after discharging semen, he restrained himself from any further Maya. Lord Shiva was not surprised by the wonderful Adbhutam way Lord Vishnu had acted upon him. He could understand his own position and that of Lord Vishnu, who has unlimited potencies. The Supreme Master, Lord Vishnu or Krishna, is known as well as all-powerful because no one can excel him in any activity. No one can be equal to him or be greater than him. Asamardha. Matta Parataram Nanyat. He is the master of everyone. Krishna is the only master of everyone, including even Shiva. What to speak of others? Ekele Ishvara Krishna or Sabha Bharatya. Shiva was aware of the supreme power of Vishnu already, but when he was actually put into bewilderment, he felt proud to have such an exalted master and be defeated by him. Lord Vishnu was pleased and resumed his original form, and he spoke to Lord Shiva. Whatever happened had taken place under the direction of the Supreme Lord, and therefore there was no cause to be sorry or ashamed. And although he was with Uma, Mother Durga, Parvati, but Parvati did not say anything. He just worshipped the form of the Lord and had nothing to say that why I was here. Not like that. That was her teaching us. So when we sing these stories, then we also become like our lust is diminished or finished gradually by seeing the Ras Leela also. I was telling about Parikshit Maharaja asking to Sukadeva Goswami, and he said that Lord, whatever acts he do is for our benefit. We should not try to criticize him why he was a dharmic. Many people, I used to read Dharma Yuga earlier, many years ago, when I was a student. But Dharma Yuga is all filled with nonsense, things about Krishna. And it is not really, it is all Dharma Yuga, not Dharma. And many we think that we could go to this movie or that movie, and that will give us some lessons. But that is not the case. Only lessons, good lessons are with devotees, the scriptures. Right? So we should not read many scriptures. We should not see many movies unless it is about Krishna. And they also show that public gets attracted. One who makes the movie. So children's of movies and other things should be, yes, you could, if you have to watch, then see if the devotee children are devotee people. So if there is any comments or questions, I will end here. If there are any comments, questions, and I hope that you could hear well.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Dharma Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, it was a long day for you, back-to-back classes. Thank you, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for this beautiful class. And these are quite difficult verses to also understand, but you explained it so beautifully. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If you have any questions or realizations to share, please go ahead and unmute yourself. Yes, Sunil Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Maharaj Dandatna. Thank you so much. Wonderful class and heavy class. Maharaj, can you say a little bit about how do I control my eyes? Like you said, one should not look at women should look at only at the feet.
That you have to train yourself. You have to be with devotees. You have to train. For 14 years, Lord Lakshman was following and protecting Ram and Sita, but he never looked at the face of the Sita Devi. And so is it just because he's the Supreme Lord, that's why? Or he trained himself. He trained. And then he knew that looking is not good for himself. Although she blamed him that you are behind me to enjoy me when he put a Lakshman Rekha around her, their hermit but he did not get angry. He, according to instruction, he went to the forest. Then his brother said, "Why? How did you come? Why you did not protect Mother Sita?" And in this way, happens by training, by remaining yourself with the devotees. And if you have some work, but in the mind should be like that she is a gopi or gopa meant for Krishna. She's not for my enjoyment. So if those thoughts are there, then even if you look at the face temporarily, there is no harm. But one should think that she is meant for Krishna. Let Krishna enjoy. Just like for your mother, you say that she is my mother. She is also mother, in one sense, to be enjoyed by Krishna. Krishna does not enjoy. Krishna just want to see your consciousness. We are part of Krishna, and it is the when soul. Soul means consciousness. Krishna want to see that our consciousness is for him to, for us to serve him. It's not a male, female, or all these things. It's not like that. Your question is very genuine and nice, that how you could protect only by chanting all the time, Santam Kirtayanto Mam, association with devotees, thinking that he or she is meant for Krishna, not mine. If you know that she is not for me to enjoy, then you would not look lustfully.
Thank you
Okay,
so much, Maharaj.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare
Just
Krishna.
checking the chat, Maharaj. A lot of devotees are glorifying you for the beautiful class. And I don't see any other questions, Maharaj.
Okay.
So with your permission, we can
Hare
end.
Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Maharaj, for a wonderful class and how nicely you narrated the story of Mohini Murti and nicely explained about glorification of Lord Vishnu. Thank you so much, Maharaj. And even though you are hospitalized and you have to take more care, but still you are giving classes. Thank you so much, Maharaj. You are such a
Yes.
dedicated to Srila Prabhupada's service.
No, I'm not dedicated. I want to dedicate my life for Krishna, and it's all your prayers of the devotees that I am gradually improving. Hopefully, they will remove my some drainage tubes which are hurting me inside. So when I position standing up chair, then I have to hold that place. So anyway, I have a phone call, so we will end here. Nobody Mataji and all the devotees.
Yes, Maharaj.
Thanks. Thanks everyone. We'll see you again.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay.
Let's pay our obeisances to Maharaj. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyascha patitanam pavanebhyo
वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः
अनंतकोटि वैष्णव
नवेंद्र
की
की
जय
जय
श्रीमद् भागवतम की
जय
जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
स्वामी कृषि प्रभु जी की जय
जय
राधे राधे।